Bandidos, ¿cómo estamos? What's up, my buttercups? Welcome to Mel's Magic. This is episode 14, and it's the 3rd of February 2022. Man, time is flying. Als and I say hello from Javier Costa Blanca, reporting. Bueno, a ver, ¿dónde estamos? Was geht heute ab? I pulled the energy of today, and it's an interesting one because I pull these cards every day and they're like a snapshot, like film stills of a long story. And often, it's especially when I look back that the story makes sense. No, it's often the case. We don't quite know where we're going until we can look back. Fin, the main energy I pulled today is the Six of Swords. This is from the traditional Rider Waite tarot. And look at the imagery carefully. We have what looks like a mother and a child in a boat and somebody rowing, like a gondola from Venice. Got 6 swords as baggage. And on the left, some choppy waters. And on the other side, some more calmer shores. Yeah, calmer shores. So 6 of Swords, it builds on what we've been talking about in last 3 episodes, this need of change, transition, discerning what still serves us, what we need to let go in order to invite new energy. And I'm pulling this back to my personal experience. It's not easy, people say, just change. It's like, dude, have you ever tried to change anything about yourself? It's fucking hard. It's like there's so much resistance from our ego. It's crazy. There is a whole philosophy, and I endorse that. One of them is this Kaizen philosophy, which, there's many tiny steps you can take, which kind of bypass the amygdala, the kind of fear center of our brain. So it doesn't even register that you're changing. So your ego cannot jump on it and oppose it. So, when we do this huge, great intentions and like New Year's resolution, I'm gonna go 3 hours to the gym a day, and that stuff usually doesn't work because it's just too big of a change. So in my experience, I'm trying to be more humble and realistic and compassionate also, because one thing is having the good intention, that's one thing, but to actually implement the change and really stick with it so it registers and it becomes part of you, that's a whole nother story. So I'm super pro like Kaizen. It's minute, tiny little consistent steps, instead of running 3 hours a day, just take a walk around your block and pat yourself on the back. That's already great. It's incremental change. And then because you feel good about it, then you can build on it consistently. So this card talks about leaving behind, we are moving into calmer waters after a choppy, maybe turbulent time. And although we see a calmer shore, we're not necessarily all giddy and happy about it, because it, as I've been reiterating in past episodes, it does take disentangling, disidentifying from a part of yourself, which is ego death in a way, no? So there is resistance inherent in the process. So it's not always as easy as it may seem. And even though we know it's good for us and we know it's for the better, the greater good, there is maybe some sadness involved. And that's fine, as long as we don't linger in that and kind of self-sabotage and, get stuck in self-pity or write out, resist the change, I told myself there's no going back. And I want to kind of autocorrect on what I mentioned yesterday, the universe tendencies towards entropy. Actually, no. I mean, the tendency of the universe is to expansion. It's just that we resist it so much, no? We get in our own way. So if we flow with it, if we flow and leave behind the resistance, the universe is there to catch us on the other side, take that leap of faith into the unknown, which is the hardest thing ever, because it's the unknown. We don't know what will happen. But the universe is there to catch us every step of the way. we gotta have trust, self-confidence, and willpower also. Otherwise, what's the price? To stay stuck where we are, to relive our past, to regurgitate past emotions from trauma, from, that's what. Why are we inspired by people such as Joe Dispenza, Eckhart Tolle, Deepak Chopra, Jesus? I mean, there are so many prophets out there, no? And they all talk about this elusive truth, but they all point towards the present moment, not so to really grasp the power and the possibilities that lie in the present moment. Yeah, it takes awareness, no, and willingness to, as I've been also saying, to consistently work on I want to use spiritual in a cautious way, because I don't want to be, what's the word? Hazardous? Oh, no, I mean, I don't want to use it, I don't want to belittle the word. It's a big word, no? But by spiritual, I guess I mean it's based on self-growth and expansion and consciousness that we are connected to a bigger source. So, and it doesn't come naturally, it takes, if we're not used to it, it takes stepping into this present moment and opening ourselves up to this wider consciousness of which we're all a part of. And it takes some routine, at least for me, and some rituals and some dedication. Otherwise, it's just so easy to fall back into old patterns, and to go back to choppy waters. And as I've been saying in episode 11, 12, 13, I'm done with it. And I know also that one thing is saying I'm done with it. Another thing is actually being the change, applying the change, implementing the change. That's a whole other ball game. So, I'm talking about myself. Saying it is one thing, implementing it is another. So, Six of Swords is also, we know it's talking about a transition. We're leaving behind the familiar for something unknown, and it's a rite of passage. It might entail leaving behind friendships, a job, a friend circle. It means really stepping outside of our comfort zone. And it's scary. Yes, it's fucking scary. But I guess, I told myself also, what is the alternative? And the alternative, i.e., being stuck, is scarier than the unknown. So my why, I told myself, my why is bigger than my fears. And that's the one thing that pushes me forward. Yeah, and I think we also need to tell ourselves that yes, maybe we're leaving something behind, but what's on the other side, these calmer shores, it's just so much better for us. We can't even see maybe those shores. Maybe it's a bit foggy and we're like, kind of crawling our way forward, but we don't know what we don't know. We gotta have faith that the universe is there to catch us and that bigger and better things are waiting for us on the other side, on the other shore. And that resisting change is just not the way forward. It really isn't. If we embrace evolution and change, things would be so much easier. We save ourselves so much suffering. There's so much self-induced suffering. I'm telling myself so much. It's insane. It really is insane. So I'm really trying to go with the path of least resistance and go with the flow towards change, evolution. And I'm trying really to let go of what's holding me back, present and past, drop the baggage, and instead of resisting, I'm willing to evolve and actually be excited about what's to come. Was it what's her name? Oh, the wife of Obama. God damn it. Anyway, the wife of Obama, she wrote that book, Becoming. And I told myself also, like, dude, I am going to repeat my old personality and my old patterns unless I have a vision that is so enticing and that is so alluring and so exciting that I want to manifest that vision and bring it into my present life. You know what I mean? So that takes like sitting down and actually saying, what is my vision? You know what John Lennon said? Imagine. We have so many capabilities, mental. We're so intelligent, you know. Why not use our brains for what they're made of as a tool to create, visualize, imagine a better future? And nothing's impossible, but don't leave it out there in the elusive, forever out of reach future. No, implement everyday steps that bring that future into our reality, because it is possible. That is the beauty of being a human being. But we need a vision. So I told myself, what is my vision? What I want? You know, am I happy with what is? And if not, then stop complaining and being passive and finger pointing, because the 3D reality is already manifested. That's the whole point. But what we can create, you know, what we can visualize, that is what lies ahead and what is to come. And that should make us excited. So, you know, I encourage you, if you haven't sat down and really thought about what kind of world do I want, you know, let's say peace. Okay, we all want peace, no? I mean, that's like kind of a given. But am I peaceful? What am I doing to actually create that peace, honestly? And I'm talking from, I know how hard it is, you know. Gosh, you know, just right now, again, I have this dynamic with my mother where I'm telling myself, oh my God, aren't we so over this dynamic, Melanie? Don't you know better? And the tendency towards self-beating is there. But I'm like, it's okay. We can start again. You know, this letting go and stepping into unknown, we can do it every moment. We have to be compassionate enough to say, okay, shit, maybe I fucked up again. Doesn't matter. I'm going to get up and try again, because I see that vision, that shore that is so much alluring, and that is, you know, worth the struggle. The struggle is worth it. Vale? So having a vision is so important, to say the least. Vale? And, you know, we have 8 swords here. So again, maybe we're still carrying a lot of baggage from the past. Swords in the tarot means it's to do with the mind, no? So maybe we have a lot of resentment. Maybe we have guilt because we messed up in the past. And who hasn't messed up in the past? Honestly, I always used to think, oh, I'm just like shining A student, which I used to, you know, I was, but I ignored my shadow part. I can be very selfish. I can be aggressive. I can be impatient. You know, the devil is not out there. Everything resides within me. And if I'm not mindful, and if I'm, you know, slightly off kilter, it comes out, or I project it onto someone. That's violence. It's not only violence against someone else, it's violence against me, because we're all, you know, reflections of each other. It's all one. But my point being is, that's why it's a practice, and it takes this goddamn self-awareness. We gotta let go of it. Let go of the memories of the trauma. Let go of the memories of the pain. Our story about suffering. Our story about being a victim. Because there are excuses and they're unnecessary baggage, and they will not help us towards this vision that we are, you know, that we're working towards. Okay. So, número uno, clarify your vision. Número dos, discern, or, you know, think about, am I carrying stuff that's outdated, pasado? Am I still carrying stuff from X years ago in my emotional body, in my mental body? If yes, let's be honest with ourselves, then does it still serve us? Let's release it. You know, really. Let go of it. Yes, ego death, stepping into unknown, but really, what is the price you're paying of still carrying those 8 swords? Too much baggage, telling myself. Bueno, main energy of today. Clarifying cards, insane, double message, which means basically it's like highlighted message of the universe. So from the Light Seers deck, I pulled the 7 of Swords reversed, and from the Little Wild Unknown tarot deck, I pulled the 7 of Swords. Same meaning, different decks. Yeah. Let's start with the Light Seers deck. 7 of Swords upright. Look at this dude. Looks like a kind of thief, bandido, a real bandido. And he's trying to get away with some kind of deceit, no? Look at the... He's trying to get away in the moonlight, but the moonlight is there shining very brightly on it. And look at the crows. They're like, yo, we see him. Alarm. Policía. You know? He thinks he's getting away with stuff, but he's not. All the evidence is spilling out of his bag. Vale? So upright, Seven of Swords talks about deceit, self-betrayal. Are we trying to, our ego is so good in covering things up, like denying things, sweeping things under the carpet. Does it work in the long run? No. Stuff kind of builds up like a freaking, what do you call that? Dust ball under the carpet. It attracts more dust and it gets bigger and bigger, and one day you have this freaking mound under the carpet and you're like, fuck's that? You know what it is. It's your own crap you left there, you didn't sweep up. So, reverse, it means time to let go of the self-deceit. I'm telling myself, if I really want to let go, then I need to take an honest look at myself and have that flashlight of awareness and shine it into my shadow, i.e. the repressed or denied parts of me. What am I in denial of? Honestly. Do I need to have certain conversations with people to clarify things? What does that entail? Courage and self-worth, for one. Next thing, am I not looking reality in the face enough? Am I taking enough accountability? Am I taking responsibility of my actions? Yes or no? I mean, those are hard questions, but if we don't ask ourselves these questions, what's going to happen? Stuff will just accumulate and we cannot get away of it. Self-deceit, self-betrayal, sweeping things on the carpet, it will not work. It doesn't work. Shit comes up again in the future. The universe throws us bricks if we don't listen to its messages. If we don't listen to the bricks, then a freaking truck comes through the wall. Doesn't work, self-betrayal. So release the self-betrayal. Clear message. And in the Little Wild Unknown tarot deck, I love the imagery. I mean, look, we have a little fox, and he's like, okay, he knows he has got these 6 swords, but he's hiding one, and he thinks, he's like, oh, nobody will know about this. I can just hide it. But dude, we all see the sword. Who is he kidding? He's just deceiving himself. Stop it. Stop it. The truth will set us free. I can't remember who said it. The truth will set us free. But it's difficult, to say the least. It's difficult to be honest with ourselves first and to take stock of our own ways of avoiding things, sweeping things under carpet, denying things, repressing things. But it's the only way to have a clean slate and to move forward into calmer waters and have that change that we've been prompted to do with the 222 portal yesterday and the Chinese New Year, Aquarius and Tiger, new moon in Aquarius, and the Chinese New Year in Tiger. Universe is like pushing us, like, you can do this. Come on, vamos. Just flow with it instead of resisting. Take stock of your own self-denial. Vale, and from the Oracle decks, I'll post which decks I'm using. One of them is the Wisdom of the Oracle. I love this one. Super bonito. Again, it's insane. I'm telling you. I pulled 2 cards from 2 different decks, Oracle decks, and it's the same number, numero 13. Can you see? This one first. 13. Pull this one, a Tower, Solitude, in the reverse, which means a protection message. It's not, in these Oracle decks, it's never a bad message. It's just like a warning, maybe. So 13, and from this was the Enchanted Maps Oracle, and this one is the Wisdom of the Oracle. Again, see the number. 13, 13, 13. C'est fou, quoi? Same number, different decks. I mean, the universe is like, please get the message this time. Let's start with this one. So the meaning of solitude, yes, we take personal stock of what went wrong, what needs to let go, get rid of the self-beating, that doesn't lead us anywhere, keeps us in a loop. But then don't stay in this tower and think like, okay, I'm going to retrieve, shut myself away from the world. No. The other thing is also, I'm telling myself, I need to have the humility, the humbleness, humility to reach out to people, because there are people there who want to help, who are there to support. And, it's also a skill to be able to receive support from other people, to give and to receive. Remember Six of Pentacles yesterday? That the flow of energy. So if you're stuck, if you think you're stuck with your own thoughts and don't know how to move forward, if you need to take inventory or need a sounding board, open up to your friends or someone you trust. Don't be stuck in your tower. Don't be stuck in your solitude. Reach out to the community. Yeah? We're all here to lift each other up and to help each other and to support each other. And trust me, my experience is that these struggles we think are so personal to us. No. Todos estamos pasando por algo. And the deeply personal becomes universal because we're human beings. We're connected. We go through these same existential challenges. And we're really there to support each other. If we really work on this new consciousness and want to create this new earth, this new high vibration, it's a vibration of collaboration and support, not competition anymore. Vale? Es pasado, outdated. Dude, that software is old. Let's update the system. Okay? Other one was fork in the road. I love the imagery on here. And this one especially, the meaning here is stop being indecisive. One of my greatest, hope it's not going to stop, one of my greatest weaknesses in the past was being stuck in analysis paralysis and over-analyzing to the point where I would not make a decision because it felt safer to not make a decision, which is actually also a decision. We think we can evade accountability and responsibility by not choosing, by not deciding. Decidere in Latino means slicing off, what belongs to me, what doesn't belong to me, standing up for your values. But by not deciding, you are actually still making a choice. You cannot escape accountability. So I'm telling myself, you know what? Again, I'm taking a look at my life. Where am I passive? Where am I being too comfortable? Where am I lying back in kind of entitlement, waiting for stuff to happen to me without actually being proactive? I get so stuck in my head, thinking and thinking and thinking without the necessary action. But I realized the past few days, once I take that action, however small, it's not a big fucking deal. It's just all in my head and the action feels so good. You feel powerful again. So don't get stuck in your own head in this indecisiveness, thinking that you can escape accountability. No. Vale? To move forward, to really be the creator of your reality, we have to be responsible. And trust me, it doesn't come easy to say this because I'm in numero 3 life path. Yeah, I'm oh, look at me, jovial spirit. I'm all about inspiring communication. And my weakness is avoiding the nitty-gritty daily life, bureaucracy, the grudging kind of stuff. I don't know, bank stuff, all that kind of stuff. Because I'm dude, I have better stuff to do, talking to you guys on here. But no, I want to be accountable and I want to be, take the reins of my own life, which means also attending to those aspects of my life. So I want to be accountable for my choices and try and be as aware as possible. Try and be responsible. And responsibility means being able to respond to a situation or a challenge that life brings us to face with. And not be all resentful against life, why do I have to do this? Well, everyone's got to do it. Just switch your attitude. I'm not saying just you, me also. Switch your attitude, Melanie. Raise your vibration, your energy. How are you approaching things? Step back into gratitude. Don't be all poor me, I need to do I need to fill out this form and why? No. I'm grateful I have the opportunity to work on this, to refine my skills. If I can't handle it, there's people out there to support me. And there's information ad infinitum on the internet as well. I mean, we have all the information on the internet. We have very little excuse nowadays to kind of back off from dealing with stuff. Vale? And again, I'm telling you this because I'm telling it to myself. I know how hard it is. And I know how this resistance is just so sludgy and so impenetrable sometimes. But hey, Let's take Archangel Michael's sword, or Barbiel's or Duma's, angels, Duma's swords, and cut through the bullshit, our own bullshit, and just go and do it. Because if we want a different world, if we want to create something better apart from what is here, it means taking action also, okay? Visualizing, embodying the frequencies that we want to spread: love, joy, excitement, freedom, gratitude, okay? Really feel them in the body, and then go about our daily lives creating, going after those dreams, because they're so reachable and so achievable. Male? God, I'm really going on today. Doesn't matter. Yes, and the only constant is change. Honestly, the only constant is change. So let's be the change. How's that? Let's be the change. Let's sit down, take stock of our lives. Yes, be just maybe look at the past, what went wrong, but learn from it also. Universe is so forgiving. We are the only ones who say, well, you fucked up once and now you're going to suffer it for the rest of your life and nobody's going to forgive you. It's bullshit. Just take the lesson and move on. I've done it in the past where I would beat myself up for past mistakes. ¿Para qué? Ça sert à quoi? Pour qui? Für wen? It doesn't serve anybody. I mean, not yourself and not the wider community either. All right, that was me today. And just another thought: because we are all connected, bringing out the best in you will affect other people. Seeing the best in other people is a reflection of seeing the best in you. It's all interconnected. And as much as we want to tell ourselves, I wasn't me, I'm just going to hide in my little whatever tower. No, we're not an island. We need relationships. Life is a series of relationships. So firstly, with ourselves, let's tend to that garden, okay? Nourish ourselves. And by doing so, we will immediately nourish other people, because everyone around us will be affected by our better energy. Vale? All right, guys. Finito. I'm done for today. Love you lots. Looking forward to episode 15 soon. And continuamos, ¿vale? Hacia adelante. Lots of love from Magic Mel. Ciao.